Thanks for tuning in again to the program The Buzz. It's Wednesday, the 3rd of January 2018, and of course, already 3 days in the year, and it promises to be a very eventful year, if we can predict from what's been ongoing. And of course, we'll be bringing to you what's trending or what's buzzing on social media in real time. My name is still Patience, and Alero is here on the show as well. Good afternoon, Alero.
Good afternoon, Patience. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Okay,
it is a
day. Definitely a beautiful afternoon to you out there. And we'll be buzzing with our colleagues right here. I'm pretty excited, but not too excited with the killings and security going on in the country. That's actually a major concern.
Major concern. The issue of security, by now I thought we would have gotten a hang of it, of how to go about it in a more resourceful and more successful way, but then it's really sad that we're still grappling, whatever the English is, with little issues that the government should have actually put things in place to checkmate. Well, before we go into our discussion this afternoon, let's quickly introduce our panelists who are here with us. My immediate right, I have a colleague. He is a renowned journalist and is also a well-known and well-paid blogger. Let me put it that way. Hi, Dayo. Dayo, rather. How are you, Dayo?
I'm very fine.
Great to have you here. Are you hiding your eyes so that they don't
You know
recognize you after the show?
With the lead IKG.
Thank you, Dayo, for coming on the show. Also, well, you might not know him now, but watch your political space in a short few months. He might be holding a well-established political office. Just don't say I said so. He is the country director for Kuth Foundation, and he's also a social critic, Prince Francis Chilaka, with us. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for coming.
You sure I don't just that Prince?
It's allowed. It's allowed on this table.
All right.
Yeah, your titles are allowed.
I'm Otumba.
Yes. Hold on now. Why are you jumping in? Yeah. Also, this man here, when you go on social media and you want those that are making trouble, saying all the things that needs to be said without any fear, he is definitely one of them. He's been a journalist for as long as I can remember. And back in the days, before Linda Ikeji became the #1, he had the most successful blog in the history of Nigeria. I can say that. Lee Tabiti with us on the show. Hi, Lee. Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah.
All right, our lineup today is intense, if I have to say so, because a lot seems to have been happening. But before we go into all of that, let's bring you a quick public service announcement, especially for those who reside in the Agege area of Lagos, or if you have to apply that route to get to work or get to wherever. Alero.
All right, then, the Lagos State government announced plans to enforce restriction of movements for motorists in Agege access to accelerate the ongoing construction of the Penn Cinema flyover starting from the 4th of January 2018, and that's actually tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
So, and it's actually going to last for about 6 to 9 months.
Wow.
So they just need to endure for the betterment of
that place, Agege, yes. Yeah. They're starting with partial closure, of that road.
But there will definitely be alternative routes.
Yes, alternative routes.
So what we're actually pleading with a lot of Lagosians living within the access is, please comply with the last mile officials.
Yes.
Don't take one way.
Or if you know another route that could take you where you're going, so that we can ease up on that road.
Or probably just get to leave early.
Having said that, gentlemen, let's go into the business of the day. The new year broke with major killings in most parts of Nigeria. People who were coming back from crossover service on New Year's morning were actually ambushed and killed. And we have a lot of people who are dead from this, and some are hospitalized. Rivers State is one of the states that was hit. We have Kwara State, Kaduna State, and most recently, Benue State. All right, let me start with you, Dayo. How did you perceive that news, of people being killed, especially on the first day of a new year?
It's despicable. It doesn't make sense. Unfortunately, things like this happen not only in Nigeria, but happens everywhere. Particularly in Rivers State, total madness. It's really crazy. Unfortunately, these things happen, and security guys can't always get to them at
that nick of
because
time.
Because it just happens when most times you don't even plan it, you don't expect it.
Exactly.
It's really crazy.
Wow. Now I'm sure they actually took advantage of the early morning because it
was
late
and all that.
and it was dark. And another thing again is this knockouts. This is the issue of
I think
Banga.
that has significantly reduced.
You understand? No, a lot of people, because even with the gunshots, you might probably just get your gunshot.
Not in a place like Rivers State. Not in a place like Rivers State.
Rivers is becoming very notorious, you know.
Nobody will believe, in a place like Rivers State, nobody will ever believe that Banga is gunshot because they are used to it.
They are used to the sound.
They know the difference.
No, you know what? In Rivers State, you have various court groups, and they are like legal to some extent. Legal in the sense that some of these politicians actually make use of them. They are recognized. They go to events
and they
musicians receive them.
And all
it's
that.
Not like armed robbers now. You can't see them in Lagos and
I just believe why they actually went away with it was because of the New Year thing.
Yeah, the festival.
You understand the festival?
No, I think
I want to disagree.
Yeah.
There has been too many killings in this country.
Yes.
And the unfortunate thing is that the security agencies would come up hours after the harm has been done. I remember vividly well that the IG of police said that they were going to put policemen at strategic places.
Yeah.
And that when you see them, he even introduced stop and search. Now, I know that, I think the one in Kwara took 2 hours, no presence of police. The one in Rivers, the same
length of time.
And then, you know, what is paining me most is that there has been reported small clashes before this thing happened. Why were the policemen not on ground? Why must we always cry after the head has been chopped off?
Unfortunately, most of these crimes are not what you expect to happen. Take for instance, we are in this studio right now. Something bad happens. Someone brings a gun and starts shooting. Police is not expecting something like that. So unfortunately, as much as we would always blame the security guys, we should also be realistic.
So what's now the way forward?
The way
you expect everyone to carry
the way forward.
Except yourself, you should not carry arms.
The way forward is technology.
Always up there.
See, let me tell you, the way forward is technology. Let me tell you how.
Are you trying to tell me
Let's listen to
the way forward is technology. I think we in this country we've downplayed the what's it called? The power of technology in
all the usefulness of it.
For instance, look at a lot of people. People go to jail in Nigeria. People go to prison in Nigeria. They come out. They are like normal. They are normal people. You don't know their history. You don't know that. You don't know that this person has been to prison for how many years.
Okay.
Do you understand? But when you talk about technology, I could be able to like develop something now. For instance, I will know that so person has been in jail, a database of somebody. Do you understand? So that if anything happens, you will know that this person has this history.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Number one, sir.
Before you go, let me ask you a question. Are you trying to tell me that in the 2 hours of what happened in Kwara State, nobody made a phone call?
No. What we are saying is, see, let me tell you something. What we are saying is, in a place like Kwara State, we don't have this kind of thing happening all the time.
No. If you read the news, it said that they had the young people, they wanted to have a carnival, which was cancelled. And because it was cancelled, it's simple. The police should have been alert to know that something might happen.
That's why I'm saying that. How many people to one policeman in Nigeria?
I'm trying
to tell you. Look at the population of Lagos State. The police people have even complained several times that look at the population of people in Lagos State.
There's a shortage of armed police officers.
The whole world is going digital. Look, my thumbprint, if you go to certain places, you can't enter. If you go to certain places like Europe or in America or even some African countries, they already know you. When you are coming into their country, they already know that this so-so person has been to so-so place, so-so time, traveled from here to another. They will see everything on their database. Americans are taking all our fingerprints. If you apply for visa to the UK, to America, they have our visa. Those American people, they know the history of almost everybody in Nigeria because almost all of us have applied for American or UK visa. All our politicians cannot tell lies to them because they already have their database. Tomorrow, if I go from here if I buy anything, maybe I was in ShopRite or go to anywhere to buy anything. Nobody has my history, no fingerprint, I have no number.
Tell who you are.
If you tell the UK guy that
that's not enough to.
I know. I'm just saying that.
America has all the cameras.
No, what I'm saying,
a random guy still wakes up and shoots.
What I'm saying,
police will only respond after it happens.
What I'm saying is, before it happens, we'll be able to name most of these things in the board. You know why? Because in the UK, if something happens outside Nigeria, if something happens like a terrorist attack anywhere, do you know that within hours they will know the details of the people that did that thing?
Not every time.
Okay.
Most of the time.
Let's come down to earth now. We don't have that kind of technology. So what should we be doing?
Okay.
The problem is, first and foremost, we do not have a database.
We don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
We do not have accurate records. Even death, we don't have.
Yeah.
It's an African problem.
No. Nigeria is Nigeria problem.
We are getting there. We are actually getting there.
When bloggers like you say we are getting there, they are deceiving us.
In all honesty, we are getting there.
How are you going to
Trust
get
me,
there?
the security
Now,
guys.
let me tell you something. I had expected this government to do.
Yeah.
When the Nigerian National Communication Commission asked all the networks to do biometrics. Honestly, I had expected that the government would take advantage of that and use it to create a database. We didn't need all this.
Even the BBN.
Yes.
We didn't need all that.
Look at what the BBN has done. Look at what the BBN has
done. We have database.
We're not making use of it.
Most people don't know. We have database. But, we have voters card. We have national ID card. We have all this database. Unfortunately, you and I don't know what
happens to all those information.
Even random regular companies have database. We have email addresses. We have phone numbers.
Okay,
we have database.
How many Nigerians use their real names for their emails?
Not a lot. No. But that's why we have BVN. That's why we have national ID card. That's why we have the
BVN is the most successful.
That's why we have
BVN is the most successful.
All right, guys. Let's maintain the tempo. Now, all right. These killings happened, and the sad part of it was that people died before anything. Nothing meaningful really was even done. Really, people just lost their lives like that, and we don't have the privilege of having an advanced technology like Nee is trying to describe here.
To get it.
What should we be doing with what we have on ground?
The policemen should be around. The policemen in this country, I respect them. I appreciate them. They know the crime spots. They have details of when something will go wrong. They must be proactive.
Okay.
That is all we need. I'll take us back a few years back. There was this IG of police. I keep forgetting his name, but I'm going to remember his name. I say Atemusi also. He introduced, I think he brought up the Mopo. The Mopo arrangement and all of that.
Sunday Ademusi.
Thank you. He is the best IG we've ever had in this country. I could remember then, I read something a few weeks back where he said, if a crime happens in a vicinity, hold the DPO responsible.
Okay.
And when you do that, a lot of things will change. We need to take our policemen from being escorts to politicians.
Okay.
If you check the number of policemen who are going around town as escorts, you'll be ashamed of what's happening in this country.
And most of them they are actually escorts to a lot of expatriates.
So,
most of them seem to carry better guns.
When I was coming now, I almost had the cab I was in. They scratched the cab. Carrying one white man. 3 policemen with 3 cars. It doesn't happen anywhere.
Okay, all right. Do you think the 200 million naira in which the governor of Rivers State actually placed on
as
table
bounty?
Yes.
I'm trying to understand.
Do you think that
I saw it and I was like, really?
Like I said earlier, what I believe strongly is that
why not invest that money
let's invest into intelligence, intelligence gathering. We can have like a whole complex of people who are into intelligence. They don't necessarily have to be policemen, uniform men. They can be in charge of tech. When you talk about intelligence, you don't need to station a policeman. I don't need to station somebody at Allen Avenue that somebody will go and steal there. I don't need this. What I need is, if that were technology, if we try to employ this, we have BVN. BVN now, if you put on your thumbprint, I went to a bank, open an account, they know that I have accounts in other banks.
Yeah.
And
that's
they know they will have my real names, my real data and everything. So now, if there's no corruption, or this corruption can go down in Nigeria, I can have a number, you can have a number. Somebody can arrest you somewhere now and say, just your name and your date of birth. They will know that, okay, this is Patience. This is Adata. She has been to so-so place at so-so time. But look, for us to stop all this crime from happening,